Hi there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach antique lovers how to create successful vintage and antique businesses. One of the ways I do that is through these vintage find videos. I would love it if you would subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and maybe even leave me a comment. That would be awesome. Today I'm going to be focusing on pottery. The first piece I want to show you is this pretty transferware. I'm going to call it a planter. The pattern is called chrysanthemum and it was made in Staffordshire, England. Probably in like the I'm going to say 70s, 60s or 70s. It cost $5 at a thrift store and there's the mark on the bottom. I think it's worth about $25 to $30 and I will sell that at my antique booth. I do have a transferware price guide on my website that I'll link in the description below, and I have an entire article about transferware planned soon. I know I've been saying that for a while, but it's in the works. I also have recently picked up a couple of pieces of ironstone. This one has a story behind it. It's a sad story. I found this serving dish at a local Salvation Army. I was super excited. The handles, and all three of the handles were painted pink, but I could tell by just scratching it that the paint would come right off. It was probably some kind of craft paint. So it was $3.99, which I thought was a great deal. It's a piece of English ironstone. Furnival, I think is how you pronounce the company name. That's the mark on the bottom. But when I got home and cleaned it all up, the handles look pretty good. They have a couple of little like brown marks where I think the glaze chipped off or wore off, but the handle on the lid has a big chip right there. So I'm trying to decide whether to sell it as is or just the bowl itself, which is very pretty, completely functional. I think it would look great with a flower arrangement or a silk flower arrangement. Anyways, I am thinking that it's still worth somewhere around $25, so not the end of the world. And the other piece of ironstone is just this very simple plate. I actually would call this kind of a transition piece from ironstone, American ironstone to restaurant ware. It has an impressed mark on the back. It's Cook Pottery, Cook or Cooks, Cook Pottery, Trenton, New Jersey, which was sort of one of the main locations in the country where ironstone and restaurant ware have been made. In any event, it was 10 cents, and I think it's worth about probably $6 or $8. And I do have a pretty extensive ironstone price guide on my website, along with an article all about the history and how to identify it, the difference between English and American ironstone and restaurant ware. I also picked up this little, it's a porcelain little child's cup, or maybe from a child's tea set or coffee set. I picked these up because they go really well with ironstone, and I will sell it for about $8. It does have a mark on the bottom, but I couldn't make out what that was. It's very, very small. So that's it for the ironstone. I picked up a few pieces of restaurant ware that just have a great look. This is a piece of Oneida, so that's a New York company. I think Oneida bought pottery because Oneida makes silver plate, and it was 99 cents, and I think it's worth about $5 or $6. Here's a really, really heavy, what I'm going to call an older piece. The company is Sterling, so that's an American restaurant ware. Sterling China Company, I think that is in Ohio, East Liverpool, Ohio. Yes, it is. Just a really great ironstone kind of a weight to it, and I think that will sell for about $8 to $10. Two more pieces. This one is Hall, China, 59 cents at Salvation Army, worth about $8 to $10. This is a newer piece, but just a sweet little shaped creamer or pitcher. It's signed 10 Strawberry Streets, made in Sri Lanka. Yeah, so just you know, newer, but like I said, great shape, worth about $6 to $8. I picked up a couple of pieces of majolica, newer, both are newer. This is Bordello is the name of the company, and it's Portugal. So a lot of majolica style pottery coming out of this company, even still today. Love this cabbage print, and it was $2. Hard to see the Bordello mark, but when you see a piece that is in this perfect condition, often it would be made by that pottery. And like I said, this was $2, and it's worth about, I'm gonna say $12 to $14. Now this piece is not technically majolica. It's made by, I think it says made in Japan. I bought it because it has a great majolica look with this embossed design, leaf design, and I just thought it was really attractive. It was $1. That's what the back looks like. Just a newer dishware, piece of dishware, but I really liked the look of that. And I am working on an article about majolica. A couple of more pieces. This is a portmarian mug. It was 10 cents. Portmarian is an English pottery, and they make these beautiful botanical pieces. And this probably in Macy's is where you see a lot of portmarian. This would be probably $15 or $20, so I will probably price it at about $10. Just really, really pretty design, right? Oh, and here's the mark. It's a very recognizable mark. When we lived in England, I went to the pottery, and they had a second section, and every year they had a big tent sale, so I picked up quite a few pieces that I just really, really love. Okay, and so here's a little matte finish vase, and it's signed USA on the bottom. It's impressed there. I hope you can see that, USA. And it cost 50 cents. And I will price it probably at $8. Here's another piece of pottery with a matte finish. I think this is a newer piece. The bottom looks, it's like pristine, like it hasn't been around for very long, but it was $3. Just very cute, vintage looking bunny, and I think I would price him about $15 or $18. So cute with those big ears. The last piece I'm going to show you is a flower frog that I picked up for 75 cents. It's not signed on the bottom, and the poor guy, his little, I don't know if that's a crane, but his beak is chipped. But I have a lot of information about flower frogs, including a price guide in my private member library that you can get access to just by subscribing to my newsletter, and that link is down below in the description. And I just wanted to add this into the information that I already have, because I thought that was just a very striking flower frog. That's where the flowers would have gone. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing my recent vintage finds, and as always, happy hunting.